Match 86. Jet Jaguar vs. Gororin by Christian Celibert. Jet Jaguar's metallic feet clanked against the pebbles amongst Monster Island's soil. He needed to find Godzilla and fast. Mankind was once again at the mercy of the Cetopian deity Megalon and the Star Hunter M cyborg Gigan. Knowing from past experience he could not handle both monsters on his own, the heroic machine sped through the air, making his way towards Monster Island to once again call upon his ally, the King of the Monsters. Upon landing on the island, however, he heard the sound of chaos. The calls of many kaiju filled the air. Rodan, Anguirus, Baragon, Gorosaurus, Varan, even Godzilla himself. There was definitely quite a battle.
Manila.
Yeah, there was definitely quite a battle going on. The robot defender realized he had to lend a hand and began rushing through the jungle toward the war cries. Before too long, however, the roaring ceased. Jet Jaguar stopped in his tracks and tilted his head. Had the battle been won? If it had, by whom? Shortly after that, the ground began to rumble, but it was from no monstrous footsteps. It felt more like something huge was rolling across the ground. Jet Jaguar's theory proved correct when a large spiked sphere rolled past. The human-sized robot was nearly crushed underneath the strange ball, but he managed to fly out of the way, barely avoiding an early fate. Jet Jaguar landed and turned to
Gnarly.
look at the strange sphere, and quickly
Yes,
realized
watch where you're rolling, Angus.
and quickly realized it was turning around. Jet Jaguar realized whatever this thing was, it was intent on running him over. Folding and swinging his arms, Jet Jaguar activated one of his many special powers and became engulfed in a blinding light. One of them not being liquid nitrogen, because that was not instated at this point. Growing to its
I
full
think if he had that, he would have won.
yeah, growing to its full height of 50 meters. Whatever this ball was, Jet Jaguar was about to make it regret its attempted hit and run.
I have to say the remake of Raiders of the Lost Ark looks good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the sci-fi remake of Raiders of the Lost Ark where Indiana Jones is actually Jet Jaguar. Okay, that's pretty good.
I can't find Gororin's sound effects, so I'm just gonna play Jet Jaguar sound effects now.
Yeah.
Gororin was briefly taken aback by its target's sudden new size, but it did little to deter the monstrous cactus. It rolled directly at its foe, intent on bowling the colorful robot over with the same ease it did with the island's residents. Seconds before it could smash into Jet Jaguar's legs, however, the machine somersaulted. I'm pretty sure that's somersaulted, but whatever. Over it, rolling off of his back and getting onto his legs. Gororin turned and tried to strike again, this time leaping into the air, aiming at the robot's chest. But Jet Jaguar was quick to retaliate, spinning around and slamming his foot into the plant creature, knocking it aside. As Gororin crashed to the ground, Jet Jaguar cried out as he realized the cactus's spines had pierced through his metallic plating. Reaching down, he pulled a small handful of spines out of the side of his foot and turned to face his opponent. Pass.
Wait, robots can feel pain?
Yeah. Jet Jaguar can.
Yes.
Because he's Jet Jaguar.
Yeah. He's a
And the guy in the suit, the guy in the Jet
He has
Jaguar
his own
suit
theme
can feel
song.
pain.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Joe.
Gororin, Gororin's eyes narrowed with satisfaction. Despite
I'm
his
listening
foe's
to
armor,
Indiana Jones while you read this.
Nice.
despite its foe's armored hide, he could still be harmed by the plant spines. Almost immediately, Gororin fired a volley of its needles, aimed directly at Jet Jaguar. Seconds before they could hit, Jet Jaguar raised his arms and crossed them over his face, blocking the attack. Some of the spines bounced off his metal limbs, but most of them stabbed into his arms. Jet Jaguar pulled his arms down, but before he could remove the spines, Gororin rolled forward and leapt into the air, smashing into Jet Jaguar's chest. Sparks burst from the robot as the spiny ball collided with his chest, knocking him up to the ground. As he turned over onto his stomach and started to get back to his feet, Gororin swerved around and leapt into the air once again, this time slamming into Jet Jaguar's back and knocking him flat on his face. As Gororin rolled around and prepared to strike again, Jet Jaguar quickly flipped onto his feet, striking a battle pose as he prepared for the cactus's next move. The plant launched another series of spines at the machine, who dove to the ground and rolled out of the way, grabbing a boulder from the ground as he went. The heroic robot held it up, deflecting Gyorin's needles. Continuing to use the boulder as a shield, Jet Jaguar made his way towards the evil plant.
Yes,
Not
because a
wanting the
rock
robot to get
because a rock is better than metal skin, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yes.
Exactly. Not wanting the robot to get any closer, Gyorin stopped firing its spines and rolled away, disappearing into the jungle. Winner, Jet Jaguar. Pass.
No, you got one more.
Yeah, you got one more. You took 3, remember?
1, 2, oh.
GBZ versus Nagoda and Kaiju X.
Jet Jaguar stepped forward, scanning the area, but not seeing a single sign of his spherical... excuse me. Not seeing a single sign of his spherical foe. Still clutching the boulder in his hands, he marched forward, trudging through the thick foliage. The android looked everywhere, but saw no sign of his diminutive
Yeah, you got
opponent amongst the trees. How could such a destructive little beast hide so well? We'll
He's a
find out
plant.
next. We'll find out when we pass to Nagoda.
that. Nice.
Suddenly, his audio sensors picked up the sounds of needles hurtling through the air over the sound of his theme song playing inside of his head. Quickly turning around and holding the boulder up, Jet Jaguar blocked that wave of spines. He stomped towards their point of origin, but by the time he got there, Gororin was gone. Just as suddenly, another series of spines unleashed that he didn't hear because his theme song was too loud. A scant few embedded themselves into Jet Jaguar's armor, which is weaker than rock, but most were deflected by the rock. See, they are weaker. The rock is this is the ultimate rock right there.
Yep.
Ultimate rock for the KWC.
Of
I mean,
Once
course.
again,
Nagoda, don't you know? Don't you know rock is strong against grass?
yes,
I thought it
the
was
rock
opposite,
is the
but-
strongest person. Wait, I just thought of something. What if he isn't holding like a regular boulder rock, but he's actually the WWE superstar, The Rock?
Of course,
He's
that's
just-
exactly the intent.
Yes, of course. Once again, when Jet Jaguar tried to strike, Gororin had rolled away before he could reach him. Jet Jaguar was starting to grow concerned. He glanced down at his damaged chest plate. This foe wasn't like other monsters. It was small, deceptively fast, and its needles were more than capable of piercing his metal hide. It was also a plant. And thanks to that
Yes.
same combination, the beast was a hit. How was he going to overcome this creature? That's it, right? 2? Pass,
more.
I believe.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
more?
one more.
No, I said I
Wait,
was
what was
doing
it?
where he was doing 2.
Oh wait,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
That's
lost
right.
track.
Oh, no,
Oh.
wait, yeah, you got one more.
Wait. Oh yeah, I got one more.
Yeah.
Jet Jaguar cried out as another volley of cactus spines stabbed into his back, chilling down his pronounced spine. Dropping the rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and cutting at his back, Jet Jaguar left himself wide open to another attack by Gororin. who smashed into his chest, knocking him back first into the ground and driving the needles further into his back. The mechanical hero got back to his feet, only to have Gororin speed by, sweeping his legs out from under him. Jet Jaguar toppled once again, feeling as clumsy as Godzilla as his face smashed into the dirt. Getting up onto his knees, Jet Jaguar quickly looked around, begging for mercy, trying to locate his foe as soon as possible. Unfortunately, he saw more than he bargained for when a series of needles followed by the rock stabbed into his eyes, shattering them and effectively blinding the robot. Pass.
Jet Jaguar realized. Oh wait, hold on. Realized he was fighting a losing battle, though he had to come here with a mission. He knew he had to pull back, or else he might be damaged beyond repair before even making contact with Godzilla. Holding his arms up at his sides, Jet began to activate his flight mode. The robot's feet were barely off the ground before Gororin smashed into his chest once again. The blow was enough to bash open his chest plate completely and send him tumbling out of the air. Crashing onto his back, held his hand out, tried to rise back to his feet, only for the exposed wiring in his chest to spark, causing him to fall back to the dirt, lifeless. Sound of slowing machinery was heard, and moved no more. The sphere's twin yellow eyes were alighted with evil glee as its opponent perished. Very few could expect to survive an encounter with the plant monster Gororin. Winner, the hell do you think I just said?
But yeah, I'll give my
And silently, Jet Jaguar's theme song slowly drifts out into the background.
Yes. Moment of silence for Jet Jaguar, everyone. Okay, good. But yeah, this was. I mean, it's like. I mean, obviously, well, nah, we already had Gororin at this point, but honestly, this was a pretty entertaining match in some ways. It's like, yeah, Gororin's a little limited given the fact that he's a ball with spikes, but honestly, I think this match was kind of a lot of fun. Decent. It's just decent fun. So. Yeah, honestly, I think this is a point where Christian's matches actually start like. Well, I think I might have said it like 10 matches ago, but yeah, I think we're around this point where Christian's actually, just kind of like a solid KWC rider. So, and yeah, just an overall decent, fun match with a decent banner. Because the Gororin picture looks a little grainy, but I guess that can't be blamed. Finding pictures of him is difficult, so can't blame the banner maker for that. Jet Jaguar looks real good though. But
yes, his head blends in with the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you know? Just as Goliath is the space monster of the ground, Jet Jaguar is the robot monster of the sky.
He has his head in the clouds, don't you know?
Yeah, he's on Cloud 9.
Yep.
Cloud 9 foos. Anyway, Joe, what'd you have to say?
I liked it, but I don't really like that Jet Jaguar didn't really do much other than get his ass kicked. And like it just kind of felt like he was just like most of the time he was just getting he was just getting beat up by Gororin, and he didn't really retaliate that much.
That's fair. So the match. Right. It just sounds like your problem is that the match is too one-sided into Gororin's favor.
Oh wow, we've been running into this trend quite a bit.
Yeah, one-sided matches. Look at that.
Yeah. And it's not a bad match. It's well written, but it's just too one-sided.
Jet Jaguar probably could have done more.
Somehow even more than the previous match.
Right. Nakoda, did you have anything to say?
Well, this was an okay match, I guess, and right now, new headcanon, Jet Jaguar's mission for this match, he was supposed to get some Gororin juice to help Gara make his special drugs.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh.
Oh.
Yes. And that's about it for me.
Okay, Alex, what'd you have to say?
I don't have anything to say. Leave me alone.
Okay. Alright, so that was match 86. And we will see you guys next time for match 87. Until then, folks.
Spherical.